Hello everyone and welcome back to another Division 2 video. Today we continue playing Every Division series with Armia Krajowa. That is the only one that is left from E tier. It has ended up there after Koenig updated his tier list for the latest balancing changes. So this is why we now have to cover this. Previously it was a little bit high up, but now it is in E tier. And everything else we've already gone past, as we're now in D tier actually. So it's time to catch up with this one. So this one is, I think it's best compared to NOV. It's definitely a bad one. It shares much of the same issues that NOV has. It has some different strengths. It has also some slightly different weaknesses. And yeah, just some general differences there. But still, in kind of the way it feels and plays, sometimes it feels still somewhat similar. Now, this is definitely a Vanguard division. You can probably play Maverick too, but it's definitely not a balanced division. Your AA is just not good enough. Of course, you can survive till C phase, and then you have AA. And you can easily afford to double vet that, which you have to anyway with Soviet AA. But do you wanna have to hold out till C phase just to get AA? I don't know, because you still don't get good artillery for a balanced game. You still don't get a ton of tanks and good tanks for a balanced game. You're not really gonna get better infantry for your balanced grind, so this is not really a reason to do that ever. In my opinion, Vanguard is the best. The sooner you can break your opponent, the better. But of course, I think Maverick is also a valid way of playing this. So the issue is really, so this is bad overall because at the end of the day, you have a bad AA tab, so you can't protect what you have. Your infantry is not super strong, so you do rely on air support and artillery support, which again, artillery is also bad. Now, this is bad in two ways, because first of all, you can't support your artillery well, your infantry well, but also you can't really clear out your opponent's AA well, which you also need to do if you want to use your air support. So that's where this division starts to struggle. So ultimately, it's just in a very bad spot. It's gonna be a rough one. Now you have some fun options with your fun tank tab and all this kind of thing, but it is not really. You don't have enough tanks actually. Like, yeah, you have a lot of slots, but if you look at what you get, you don't have a lot of tanks either, and you especially don't have a lot of medium tanks, which makes pushing actually quite difficult. So this is purely a CQC division that is kind of bad. And lacks a lot of the tool that you actually need to support it. Furthermore, the CQC that you get, some units are okay, but for the most part, it's not actually that impressive either. So that is my general opinion on this division. Now, as for the build, again, Vanguard for the reasons we talked about. Now, there's a lot of choices here that you could make differently, and to be honest, I'm not so sure about all of those that I made. We're going to go through it all. So in the recon tab, we do have a few options. We have a sniper, we have the regular recon, which do not come in anything as far as I can recall that the sniper can't come. Maybe this one is not available for the sniper, but you don't really want to take this anyway. It only comes in B phase anyway, so I really want to rely on this. Then there's these guys, which, honestly, for these AT rifles, I would definitely consider taking it, but the availability is quite bad. You have to take it unvetted, so unless you want to use it specifically as AT, I wouldn't take this. There's just no reason to. The sniper is cheap. You have good availability. You can bring it in a fast transport, as you can see here. So that's not too bad. Then you have these guys, both of which I take. They are just nice to help out with your CQC. It's a 20-point TNT thrower. Nothing more than that. It's not great, but I think it can help you. And at the end of the day, 20 points, I don't mind using this as recon either if needed. You could definitely also take more snipers if you want to have the aggressive opener. You just need to take in something else than the BMW, although it depends a bit on what else you take. I have some units here that are coming to BMW too, so you could change things around at the end of the day. That's definitely an option. You don't need to do it that way, but you could take more snipers if you want to. That's definitely an option. It's not a bad thing. You could take this, but it only comes in B phase, and it's faster than T70, but at the end of the day, it's not that much faster. Gun is the same, so I don't really see a reason to take the BA10 over there. And that's that. So not that many options. Again, you can, if you want to have the explosive sniper opener, you take more snipers. If you want to have more snipers in channel or more cheap recon channel, take those in B phase instead of these guys. If you just want to have more cheap CKC, you take this. That's pretty simple there. Infantry tab, not that many options here, and we take a lot of what we can take. So first of all, this is probably the best CKC unit we are going to get in this division. But it's not a massive CKC unit. It gets a TNT, some SMGs, unfortunately, 2 of the rather bad ones, and then the MP40, which is okay nowadays, but still nothing phenomenal. And then, yeah, Shotgun Raiders, which is nice, and Fanatical. It's one of the few Raider units that you have. It's not that many. This is the other one, and that's about it. All the other units don't get Raider. This one gets Commander, and that's it. So you don't even have a lot of the Raider trade plays that you can make with this, which, for example, with NOV you could do. Now this thing is kind of a hybrid unit. At least it's going to pump out damage in the mid-range, or mid to close range of 300 meters. So that is a nice addition there for 20 points. You know, that can do some work. You also have Raider Trade Fanatical Panzerfaust. So that's not that bad. It's basically kind of like the Valkyrie a little bit in Hage. And that's not a bad unit, you know, at the end of the day. It's unfortunate that you don't get that availability. You could also take it in B phase, but don't really see a reason to. Now, important, we don't get Opal Blitzes everywhere, so I do take my Opal Blitzes in A phase, because that's when we really need to be fast, and I don't think we could take... I know we could take all the units with it. No, never mind, we couldn't. But yeah, so my light infantry, I take with it. My first CKC unit, I take with it. Then the leader, this is a no-brainer, really. It has a Piat, which helps. This division definitely can struggle a little bit, in my opinion, with light armor. Not necessarily because you don't have tools to deal with it. It's just that you don't have a lot of armor yourself, so you're relying on your infantry and your AT to keep armor at bay. And you know, this is a good one with smokes, Piats. You even have 2 brands, so it can actually pump out some damage. You don't want it to because it's not that chunky, but it has radio, which is absolutely useless for you. Partisani, if I haven't showed them, it's just basically kind of like a Canadian MG, with an AT grenade. And not even better availability or anything like that. Then we have this thing. This thing is actually not that good, in my opinion. You don't have shock. You don't have a lot of firepower up close. Now, the Browning helps, at least at CKC a little bit, and then you have 2 SMGs, and, you know, the rifles add up, so it's not horrible. But for 25 points, despite it being chunky, I don't think it's that great. It's a bit of a hybrid unit. We take it because you don't have that much CKC at the end of the day. And having a hybrid unit can be quite nice. It can be very useful. The chunkiness, again, is very nice. But at the end of the day, it's probably a bit overpriced for what it does. B phase, will just take more of these 2. These because we need some more CKC potential. These because we need something with a little bit of firepower. And then take these guys, which... You know, there's a 6-man double flamer in Rukmarapana, which I think is quite good for 20 points. Now, this thing is 20 point double flamer as well, but only 4-man, 2 SMGs is not really that good. It's a small step up from a regular flamer, basically. But at the end of the day, we don't have that much CKC, so we want to take it. I do have a feeling that combined with these guys, and combined with these as well, we can probably make it work. Just spam around the combination of 2. It is definitely a unit that you want to have fighting on its own. Because I don't want to just take one of these and send it in. You definitely want to combine it with something. But yeah, we also have some hybrid potential now. I was considering taking another unit, which probably we should, considering how cheap everything is that we have. So maybe we should take those in C phase, actually. But I would really like to have another leader because, you know, I think we kind of rely on our units performing a little bit better with our leadership. But maybe we need to take these. Let's see how many of those we have left after the game and then go back and decide. Tank tab. Not that many options here. You have a lot of captured German stuff, and then you do have the T-34s in C phase, which we don't take. There's no point in taking those in C phase. Either won or lost by then. Panthers, so there's you could take more Panthers, but they're also 10 points more expensive for the APCR, which at the ranges you want to use this division is not going to be useful. So I'd rather take the Tiger. We still want to have the Panther to have some more tanks. We get the Hetzer without the APCR, which honestly I'm fine with. It's, I think, 5 points cheaper, which is not that much. But still, we need the Hetzer. It's at least a cost-efficient tank for us to use. Panzer IV, not that many options here. This thing we need is about the only light armor we can get in A phase. And then in B phase we take these to help out. You know, it's a nice addition. We at least get a little bit more firepower. It gives us some more pushing potential, which I think is very crucial. Support tab, not much here. This only comes in B phase, so we're not going to take it. Bourgeois is bad, and the only one is just really bad in general. 2 flamers, we take them. More CQC, MG42, we take them. I would love to take the Maxim 2, but I decided to drop that in favor of something else. Over here, we have some options. Now, this is a must-take. It is our light AT. We take it in Opal Blitz because it needs to be fast. We don't want to take it in either of these. You could take it in this one, but you pay 5 points for having this machine gun, and this thing is going to do absolutely nothing, so I'd rather not. It would not be a fault taking another one of these. We do take the Pack 40, they're also an Opal Blitz 47.5 mil. This thing is actually nice, you know, rated rate, so it's a little bit faster, it's a little bit stealthier. Panzerschreck, and it is a little bit, it can survive a little bit of something, and it can defend itself, which is good. We need more AT, no question there, and I'd rather have the range than not having the range. And then we have this thing. I kind of feel like you have to take it. It gives us a little bit more options against light armor in A phase, because this might not cut it. Also, it gives us some more potential for the opener, because again, we need to, with this division, we need to combine, you know, we need to get as much as we can with the opener already. AA tab, super bad, of course. This comes from the scene phase. This is plain useless. Apparently it does some suppression, but not sure against how it is against planes. Only comes in C phase anyway. Don't take it. 20 mil is all we get. Only one card. We take it. Maybe we should take it. No vet. This might be one of the cases where more is better. Actually, I take this. Unfortunately, we can't take those with it, and this thing I don't think it's going to be very useful. But double Hotchkiss at least will do a little bit of suppression, and it's an expensive slot. But at the end of the day, I think we need that extra bit of suppression. Every bit that we can take, we take. Artillery tab. This thing is not that good without radio. You can definitely take it instead of a mortar. I would need to test it actually. This thing, the LAF is the LAF H18, which is now super cheap. I still think it's better just to have the mortar for good fire support up close and ditch this thing. If you bring it very close, it might be able to do something, but I think mortar is probably better ultimately. Since it has the higher rate of fire. Ideally, would want to have this, but it only comes in C phase, and then the 120 is the same thing, basically. We still take the off-map, we take it in B phase, because in A phase it's always hard to afford an off-map, even if you have the good income there for A phase, because you have to first spend points on getting ahead on the map. So I'd rather have the off-map in B phase. We definitely take it because we might need it to get anywhere with this. Now the air trap, this is where again some difficult decisions come in. First of all, you could want to take this, and it is not great, but you know, it is something. You could also try to take this. You would love to have this as well in B phase. 2 fighters would actually be better. However, as it stands, I go with the Taman, the U2. I go with the lower payload one because it is cheaper. Both are slow, both are very bad resilience, both of them will die super easily, so I'd rather have the cheap ones dying than the more expensive ones dying. The loadout is still good enough to harass your opponent. Now, this thing is super cheap and it makes it very annoying for your opponent, so you know, you can force efficient trades there by forcing your opponent to invest into AA, which they're not going to use all that much. This thing, same thing for armor, this can actually kill some tanks. You get 2 of those, so you know, you can actually bully your opponent a little bit. Recon, we kind of want to have it with these guys, but also with our rocket planes. Combine a recon and AT planes, always better. Also, it gives us some more vision, which we definitely need to take advantage of any mistakes our opponent does. Gives us some extra firepower there. Fighter, no, not negotiable. You need to take it, and then more AT because you might need it. That's basically how I do it. Now, you could definitely take this in B phase if you wanted to. You could definitely, and this, by the way, is a good one actually. You know, there's bad IL-2 rocket planes. There's a little bit better ones. This is one of the better ones because there's a bit more damage. It's not 12 damage in total. It's 16 in total, so that you have a better chance of actually killing a tank with this. But yeah, you could also take this if you want to have some more fire support. This only comes in C phase, so it's basically useless at the end of the day. But yeah, this is how we build it. Let's see how it plays. And here we are. So we got lucky and got Cell. This is probably around the only map that you can play this division, actually. Against second Marcellos. Second, sorry. Which is not ideal because of the armor. It's also not ideal because of the good AA. But it's a deal for us because, you know, at least in terms of infantry, I think we should have the upper hand. He's playing it Maverick, so that's all right. Let's get to it then. We do take the recon play. We probably follow up with one of these already, just to go after whatever armor push is building somewhere. Actually, let's wait. Right, first things first, recon. We definitely need some here, but we need mostly AT afterwards. So I'd like to take something over here, just so that we can see what's happening over there. We put something in the church out there. Not a huge fan of doing that early on, but ideally, actually, no, we put it up here. That's usually better. Next up, we're probably not going to get in here. Although, what we have to remember is we are actually faster. We have a faster division, so we might be able to get infantry in here. Not everything that we have is faster, but some units are. So let's see if maybe we can get to work here. One of these. Nah, one of these. Although these do have the Panzerfaust, that would actually be better. Let's get in here and see what we can do. And this we won't get. Just one unit. We're still gonna take a sniper and put it like over here. And actually overlook things from there. So yeah, we have some recon. That's good. Next up, we're gonna have to take care of the AT. We're also gonna take some of these guys to potentially snipe some transport. See, this. Oh yeah. This is where I definitely want those to go. One of them up here. You can snipe things as they come in. Yeah, actually, this is in the open. It's not really a flag I want to fight over. Let's just forget about that. Next up, we are gonna take one of these guys and put it like right here. Hopefully sniping anything. Try to get a little bit further. Hopefully we can snipe anything. Trying to unload over there. We're just gonna do that everywhere now. And maybe we're gonna get something out of it. You know, I think that's the goal here. Now, the good thing is, they're quite cheap. We have a lot of them. That also could, we might have a chance to even pen the Turan. We're gonna put them into different places and just see how we can go with those. But I think we're gonna keep some of them back against Turan spam. Unload there. You can also take put some of them in the defensive positions. Good. So, next up, where do we want to push? So, I think this right here is a no-brainer. This is a flag that is very good for us. This is a flag that we can reasonably contest. And he can't really reasonably contest it. So, that one, no questions asked. And I'm going to be aggressive here and put my infantry... push it right over there. Now these guys, the Gruppi Sturmove, I'm actually going to send over there probably. We take the leader there as well. I think this, yeah, if you want to buff a unit, this might be the one to buff. What's this? This is the leader. This is the... both. Oh, cool. Hold on. What did I take? Oh, need to notice that one. That's one. Okay. Good. We are gonna take probably another one of those, or actually just one of these. You can go over there, and we're gonna send an early AT gun. Well, if you have these, I think it's okay. Actually, we don't need it. It's going to take me quite a while, actually, still. Okay. Okay. So got this cleared out. Maybe we're going to take some of these in here as well. And that's that pushing there. Now over here, which is probably going to take an MG42. I decided to not actually push that. I think it's not worth it. Just go defensively there. Now here, we actually have a chance of fighting this. All that we need to do is put this like in here. And we're going to take this thing. One of these up here. We're also going to take a G-gun up here. Now that we can just use a little bit of range over there. This thing. Gonna put right down right there. We're gonna have to try and contest this, and I think we can actually try and at least push up over there and see how much pressure we can apply. So for that purpose, we're just gonna rush a flame in here and here, and we follow up with maybe one partisani. And then as this goes on, we might want to expand it a little bit, get this flag, and then kind of turtle down over here again. This one, unfortunately, we don't have any 45 mils or 50 mils. Would have loved to have. We're going to take the safe approach from over here. Actually, no, since we're faster, we can take the risky road through. I still don't know which of the two is faster. This one or the other one? Let's take this one for once. So this one is still a bit safer, all things considered. We take some flamers. We take the slower transports for this one. Take some of these guys so that we're flexible. And yeah, we're going to take a leader. This one, we won't lose. And then over here, I think we can push into there and then trying to go for some plays through the backside here. We are gonna go down here though. I don't want to go up here where they might get killed in transports. We're also gonna need something like this over here. Wow, okay. We're gonna do this then. And then we can take more of the AT rifles actually. It's not a bad idea. Or we could take this. We open with 2 here. Put another one very aggressively forward here actually. Lost it now. Damn it. And he's very rude. Okay. I'm gonna put recon in here. This side has plenty of recon. Okay, and wherever we see the first tank, we're gonna use the Pantam. Not Pantam. Taman. Well, no, we can not wish him good luck and have fun, because he started early. I really need to remember to do the timer thing again. I forget very often. Early AA. Okay. It's on a move order, so it does not stop to shoot. Ooh. Okay. Deploying. Defensively though. We're going to keep this at the ready. But I don't see any of those over here, so... Oop. Oh no, he has one over there too. Never mind. Okay, so we're gonna have to bring in a what now to stop any pushes over there. Okay, but he's invested about 200 points of his deployment into AA, which I'm actually just gonna go after that. Makes me very happy. Ooh, 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 ooh. This also makes me very happy because I can actually get that with a Panzer IV from up here. Good. Oh, I might lose that now. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna call you back.
Czekam na rozkazy, panie kapitanie. Dajcie mi coś do spalenia. Ja i mój personel jesteśmy gotowi, panie dowódco.
I'm not sure what he's bombing. He's bombing this. Oh no. Wow. He aimed poorly and got the kill. This is about the most frustrating thing that can happen to you. But honestly, if he's just pushing them like that, we're actually gonna use the what? Or we can use this then to bully that infantry. Retake this. Push forward with you guys. Get some AT down over here. Return fire. Alright, alright. The cover difference, I think I should win this against the M242. I need to. Not really sure what he tries to do there. Let's line us out on that. Interesting. But yeah, this one, I think we have a realistic chance of getting. Just shift this over there now. Keep this over there, and then we can move these up here and can deal with the strip like that. We'll step back. Gonna get an AT gun in here, and I can't easily push that. This, yes, it's not Panzer there. It's just a bit of an overkill. Got to catch up with this. Wait. How did that happen? Yeah, this we can deal with. Ooh. Got a nice like incursion over there. Gonna get a kill on that one. This really sucks. Okay, we're gonna take you from that direction then. And gonna push some more over there. Looks like we're gonna wanna have some secrecy over there as well. Okay, this was maybe too spread out. We can push that, no problem. We want to get some light AT now as well. Run before he shoots. His TNT. Alright, we'll push. Get another 2 tanks over there and push over there, and this is something we can actually pull off, and then we need to find an angle on that Panzer IV there. Okay, spread out. It's actually coming for this, which I'm just gonna fall back. It's not even what's really holding this. And then we're also going to send one over here. Also send 2 of those in here, and then we can actually start pushing that flag over there. 15. He's way too passive. His overinvestment into A really punished him hard. This is the dream scenario, by the way, for the Bantam. I'm not really sure if he is just a new player and didn't... Oh, we can push this. I'm not really sure if he's a new player and because of that didn't... we're gonna fortify this as well. No, this is the one with the bombs. He's not using it though. As I was gonna say, I'm not really sure if he's not, if he bought them because he felt like, I think these are the ones that are supposed to go there. I'm not really sure if he bought them because he's a new player and just thought that he needs that much AA. Or if he, we need more AT over here as well. Or if he felt like he needs it because of the Bantams, Tamans. Either way, yeah, we can do that. I don't mind. I'm gonna buy another one actually. That's gotta do. We can spread out now. Or if he bought it because he was afraid of the Tamans. But either way, that's good for me. This is, but yeah, as I was gonna say, this is a dream scenario for the Tamans because basically what is happening here is, okay, we try it again. But yeah, basically what is happening here is that my opponent, by, you know, by only having expensive AA, has to spend a lot of points to deny me the use of these. And I can just decide not to buy one. I bought one because I didn't expect there to be an Nimrod over here, and I bought one of these because I didn't expect him to, or I didn't know that he was starting with the Nimrod, so obviously. But let's put you on efficient shot. Very highly efficient shot. Actually, let's do it differently. Return fire. But I definitely think there's a chance there. But either way, he spent 200 points in his opener. And I did not. Right, so we're happy with that. Now we should actually buy this and we can let it fly like slowly somewhere over there. This thing is very close. I always forget that, you know, the Beard does 12 damage. It only has a shitty range, but we can engage that with the Beard. I don't mind that at all. Oh, look at that. Can we get that? Probably not. Might be able to get it with that, though. Oh, there we go. Panzerful got the kill there. But that means we do have opportunities here. I'm going to bring in a Ryle to get loading points. This is definitely not a good opponent. No offense to him. Well, that also means I can use Fighters again if he brings anything over there. It's just way too passive. Guys, I think I'm going to get away with that. So I do want to have the vision here to go after the tanks. And we're going to bring another Taman. You can go after this one, you can go after that one. But yeah, we need the vision over here to make sure that we're not easily going to lose anything right there. There was an MG42 over there at some point. We need this one right there. What are you going... Oh, you spotted these guys. I'm just going to go after that. He still spotted it. There we go. Oh, got the kill. These things are fantastic. Like, really. And we're going to push in with some more Partizani. Going to push in here with some more Partizani. Going to push in here with some AT rifles. We need to be careful here. This is where the Yak is now useful. I might get 2 of those. That's alright. Oh, he's definitely saved up on his... Gonna need the other one as well. Is this a good one? No, these are the decent ones. You want to pull back here. It's not worth it.
Mamy rannego!
Can actually fix this now. I was desperately waiting for this. Now I really... Yeah, I think we need more leaders to buff up the AA.
Mamy jakieś wieści? Jak tam wygląda obrona przeciwlotnicza nieprzyjaciela? Mamy ich! Gonię kilka dolków.
Okay. You can head on this. It's probably not a good idea. You can head on this. This is a better idea. And then... But it's already smoking, so, you know, there was a chance. Oh. We can head on this. We're gonna get another kill. Yes, definitely not experienced opponent. And let's get some more wind. Oh! Nope. He moved it away, actually. Never mind then. This is already out of ammo. Yeah, I wanted to retreat it, but I guess we're gonna have to do another head-on. Unfortunately, we're not gonna kill. That's alright. We're gonna fly into his direction, not into this, to make it even harder for him to get on my back. That's the idea there. Now, whether this is actually the, you know, the play, I don't know. Oh, we finally went down. I don't know, but we're gonna... Oh, I shouldn't have let that there. I lost line of sight though, I guess. We still have the tiger that we called in. I'm playing really poorly today, but luckily for me, my opponent, sorry guy, I really don't want to be mean. It's not really that much better off. Oh, no. Yeah. No, didn't lose more units. Thought I called more in though. I guess it didn't. He is probably... Oh, that one got in. Oh, no, it is being repaired. Okay, this thing is not really doing all that much suppression. Hey. Yeah, I was a bit too early with those two. Quite a bit too early. And is there... where's the Nimrod? I'm still happy with getting a kill over there though, so... We spam... Oh no, you still got the one before. Wow, okay. I do have another one. Oh, we finally got the AT gun dead. That's good. Actually, let's push that. We can't really do much here with the Nimrod still there against that Panther. That's a bit of an issue. So it's actually grabbing this flag. It's a leader, we also can't get really past it that easily. Ooh, we actually might be able to just push over there a little bit. Let's get some more of these, you know, a lot of firepower is good. Always have the firepower. Actually, we might be able to get that Panther killed with the planes. Now that we bought them anyway. And we're gonna target it about that. Oh, actually, we didn't need to recon plane. Still good because it's gonna eat up some of the fire there by the Nimrod. They might be able to stall just enough for them to get the rockets off. There we go. And the time is up. Yeah, not the best example. Now, if I have time, I'm gonna record another one. Not sure if I'm gonna have time today. But either way, there's at least something to talk about with this division. At least, you know, we saw at least a glimpse of what this division can do and can't do. So there's that. Yeah, I guess see you back at the deck, because if you're hearing this, Obviously, I didn't find another one. Actually, no, before that, chronology, I don't really want to look at it because what really does it really tell us? I mean, okay, we got Are You Two killed by Nimrod, we got the bombers, and then it was kind of kills. And there was some funny plane stuff. Very uneventful, ultimately. Some infantry did good. The IL-2 was acting as a fighter. Ju-88 killed infantry. Panther snipe things that I shouldn't have let it snipe. The F-109s killed my U-2s. I think that's that's the summary of it. But either way, see you back with the deck. And we're back here, so I didn't really have time to record another one. So we're just gonna go here to the deck and see what what there is to talk about. So the change that I decided to make based on that game is I decided to take the leader here and remove the double flamer. The reason being that we've talked about since the start, right? The double flamer is still not the best unit there is. It's definitely useful, at least with the CQC that you have, because it's definitely a better CQC unit than these. You have this thing. However, at the same time, it is, it doesn't do a lot of damage. It has 2 flamers, but that's about the main damage source. There's only 2 submachine guns, so, taking advantage from your opponent being forced to move through the flamer is not something the unit can really do because there's not enough firepower for that. And I think if you combine it with the TNT throw over here, that's probably an okay combo. These actually perform better than I expected when they forced off at least that 1 CQC unit, so they're not useless completely, which is good. That being said, once they go up against dedicated like SMG or Flamer units, I think it's going to lose heart, and it's going to be a problem because it's 20 points. But maybe if you combine it with this, it can work. So it's definitely a risky move to remove the Flamer there. The reason that I want to do it is I just don't really see this working well with like these. If you remove these guys, with 71 infantry is really not a lot. 8 of them are leaders too. Now, of course, that will be going up again. But, I mean, this thing also doesn't have super good avail. 80 infantry, I still feel like it's a bit of a stretch. We could maybe not vet these, but, it's not that... The game is not that big at the end of the day. So I think this is probably the way to go. And then you just hope that this TNT and Molotov combo kind of works. Because we really want to have more leaders, mainly for the AA. There's definitely something I noticed you want to have some leadership with your AA. It would definitely not be unreasonable to have it single vet and leaders next to her. But I still think maybe here numbers is what you're aiming for. I don't know. And having some more with your infantry is probably not a bad idea either, because, you definitely need all the veterans you can get. Other things that I think you could change, well, you could definitely move these. I don't think they're must take, but they were actually a little bit useful in this game, so I would take them. Still, and again, we didn't have a lot of like light armor, like half tracks and such, where this thing all of a sudden would become very useful. The Hotchkiss is meh. I've definitely seen it do better in other games, so not with this division though. I mean, the gun is the same as with the Citroen Hotchkiss in ATF, and there is actually I've seen it do okay-ish. So I think it's okay to take this. If you want to make 3 points available here and put them into more planes, that's definitely not an unreasonable thing to do either. That would be my conclusion there. Other than that, I think it's good as it is. With the leader, it's almost worth taking a commander, but with how strained everything already is, I don't really think we can afford opening up, like removing something to make room for that. So that's just how that is. So other than that, that's about it. All the changes. Now, my impression of the division hasn't really shown that much. It is a bad division. No need to discuss this. And we've discussed most things, but ultimately the issue is your air tab is just not good enough to really support your infantry, especially if there's AA. This is not one of those Western Allied air tabs where even if there's AA, you can find a way to air spam your way into the game still. This is not that kind of air tab. So there's that. We've seen this partially in this game as well. As soon as there's AA that, you could try to focus it, but the 81 moves without radio are not great. And then if it's mobile like the Nimrods, which my opponent didn't move, but imagine he did, there was just no chance to take out this AA, and there's just no chance they're going to get past that. And it doesn't even need to be those. Any proper movable AA piece will be an issue for this division. And then you can't use your air support. And then all of a sudden you're really struggling because all you can use your infantry is your infantry. Infantry is not good. Of course, you still have your armor, but you have a very limited amount of that. If any one of those, like with my my headset, gets stopped for some reason, killed or taken out of actions in some other ways, like with the crit, this is like you really feel that you don't have that much armor. This is significant. So that is another major issue. You're definitely gonna feel. And yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, as we discussed, just kind of sucks. So I think this division would really benefit from just having better infantry and having your 37 mils earlier. I think this could actually make this division playable. If the infantry all had raider trait, it would already be useful. But maybe, some generous vet curves for the Partisani, like for the Ochnitsi, would be good. Maybe some more of these guys, just that they have more of the good tools to work with. Having some raider trait really helps a lot. Because, this definitely has a very special playstyle, this division, kind of a little bit like NOV, but it doesn't get the raider trait that really helps with that, in my opinion. And other thing is that these guys are just a little bit on the expensive side. 25 points is a bit overpriced. I know the super chunky is probably why they are this expensive, but I think they could definitely be 20 points and the division would not be overpowered. That's at least my opinion. But yeah, I think this would help. Just make it is an infantry heavy division. It is an infantry CQC kind of division, but buffing infantry I think would definitely help it. With price and vet curve, I think that would be definitely helpful, and the rate trade, of course. Now, of course, you could also use better CQC, but ultimately, this is what makes this division so bad. It's not just the general mix of things that you have here. Like, it's not just that your range infantry is only single machine, and it's not just that you don't have a ton of different tanks. It's not just a bad AA. It's also, as we said, the fact that the infantry doesn't really do what it's supposed to do super well. So you can't even compete as CQC super good with this thing. Any dedicated CQC division will easily destroy this. So unless you can outspam your CQC division with your Ochnitsi. Of course, what would help, what would actually make this good is if you had 50 mil mortars. That would also be okay. That would also be okay. Then at least this doesn't feel so overpriced because you can make it work with the 50 mil mortar, but that is not here. So this is kind of where it's at. But yeah, I think having better infantry would be good. Having the 37 mil earlier in B phase would be useful because you can survive A phase with this, especially since a lot of your tools are cheap, other than the Tiger and Huat. Most things are cheap, so that would actually be okay. This could work, but C phase is just way too late. That's where it is. But yeah, so those are kind of the things that this division is really missing, and then it would perform well in its niche. I think that's what we're getting at, or what I kind of said without directly saying it. This division does not do well what it's supposed to in what's supposed to be its niche. That's the issue. It has a niche. It's better than 716 in that regard. It has its niche. It's just not very good at it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day and see you all next time. Hope you had fun.